A dynasty. Thankfully, this isn't only a basketball or NBA phrase. In sports, a dynasty is a team that dominates for a long time. The NBA is in its 75th season, so it's safe to say it's seen a lot. Let's get started. In the number 6 spot, we have the Boston Celtics in the 1980s with 3 championships. The 1986 Boston Celtics are one of the finest single-season teams ever. That, along with the team's early 1980s domination, ensured its place on this list. Even without Larry Bird and Kevin McHale, the squad included Robert Parrish, Danny Ainge, Dennis Johnson, Cedric Maxwell, and Bill Walton from 1985 to 1987. Between 1984 and 1987, they won 4 successive Eastern Conference titles. From 1984 to 1986, the Celtics won MVP and 6th Man of the Year, Kevin McHale twice, Bill Walton once. So, why the last slot on this list? Only 3 titles and a 7-year dynasty. But the teams higher on this list have achieved and won more over a longer period of time. In the number 5 spot, we have the Lakers in the early 2000s with 3 championships. A testament to how difficult it is to three-peat is the Los Angeles Lakers of the early 2000s. The Lakers won 3 titles in a row from 2000 to 2002, led by Shaq and Kobe Bryant, but failed to win a championship in 2004. It took Phil Jackson 4 years to get this tandem and their supporting cast a title, but they didn't stop there. Harry entered the team in 97, Rick Fox also in 97, and Derek Fisher helped Shaq and Kobe, drafted by the team in 96. During the playoffs, a breach between the 2 superstars tore the team apart and forced Shaq out. Perhaps they could have won more if they had just agreed to disagree. It's one of the century's biggest what-ifs. So, why are they so low on this list if they're so great? For starters, with only 3 championships, they're not the greatest Lakers dynasty. No team has won more or been more dominant and consistent than these men. In the number 4 spot, we have the Showtime Lakers in the 1980s with 5 championships. The 1980s are typically referred to as the decade of the Celtics and the Lakers. But that may not be entirely accurate. While the Celtics rivalry dominated the headlines, the purple and gold team dominated the league in the 80s. From 1980 to 1990, they won 5 championships by reaching 7 of 10 finals. The Celtics have only made 5 finals. The Lakers had Hall of Famers Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and James Worthy on its roster, later part of the dynasty. A.C. Green, Michael Thompson, Breon Scott, Michael Cooper, Bob McAdoo, Jamal Wilkes, and Kurt Rambis were all part of this dynasty's reserves. The superstars brought an end to the dynasty. Magic led the Lakers to the 1991 finals where they lost to Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. They were ranked as high as possible because the team above them had significantly greater success. In the number 3 spot, we have the San Antonio Spurs from 1997 to 2014 with 5 championships. The San Antonio Spurs may never be number 1 due to their late climb to supremacy, but they may be higher on this list in the future. They haven't won a championship since the Greg Popovich, Tim Duncan era, but they've been legitimate title contenders. Since Duncan's draft in 97, the Spurs have made every playoff. Enormity of an organization or dynasty is invincibility. For example, San Antonio finished 19-8 without their star player Kawhi Leonard this season. If Pop has set the franchise properly between empowering the players and the coaching staff, there may be a smooth transition wherever he retires. In the number 2 spot, we have the Bulls in the 1990s with 6 championships. No other team has ever gone 6-0 in the finals. The Bulls have only made 6 finals trips, all in the 1990s, yet they were 6-0. Having arguably the greatest player ever, Michael Jordan helped a lot. Some say Scottie Pippen during the 1997 and 1998 playoffs. Jordan carried the club alone, though. Regardless, Pippen was the team's second superstar and a significant part of their success. Without diminishing their accomplishments, Jordan and Pippen received a lot of support. They won the second three-peat from 96 to 98 and had a front office that was forward-thinking, bringing Tony Kukoc from Europe, and they gave the team what it needed. Their dominance in the late 90s prevented great players like Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, all of them from winning a title. And finally, in the number 1 spot, we have the Boston Celtics from the mid-1950s to the late 1960s with 11 championships. The best dynasty ever. The Celtics won 11 titles in 13 years from 1959 to 1966, including 8 in a row. 6 of their 11 titles came against the Lakers. While the number of teams in competition may have been reduced, it takes a strong mentality and competitive drive to keep winning like the Celtics have. It was led by Red Auerbach and his prized acquisition, Bill Russell. Russell was a player and a coach from 1968 and 1969. While Jordan will always be the greatest player ever, Russell is commonly referred to as the greatest champion ever. No dynasty has ever come close to matching the 1960 Celtics achievements. Well, guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.